Yes, people, welcome back to NAF. Make sure you come inside, pause, take off your shoes, wash your hands, and like the damn video. Jumma Mubarak to all the Akis and happy Friday to everybody else. Hopefully, you're lot having a decent day. You had good sleeps. Might be the evening for some of you, even. But Premier League weekend is back, and who better to have the talk with other than this Friday panel, man? Friday panel's funny, innit? Let's get it real. People know what it is. We got Justy in the house from Famzone TV. You know what I'm saying? We got George from
Happy birthday this week as well, my guy. I'm saying.
That's right, man. You've only told me 5 times, but
yeah, but I haven't streamed if you haven't done it.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. What's that, D?
I didn't know it was your birthday. When's your birthday?
Wednesday still. You can buy me a coffee still if you want. I'll put in a private chat.
Like, you ain't having no coffee.
No, go on. You can buy me a coffee still, private chat still. Like one there. Birthday coffee. Yeah, everyone else done it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. I'll buy a coffee now.
Hey, that's my guy, man. Anyways, but yeah, quick one as well. If anyone does want to support NAF a little bit further, me, Daps, and Monts, and even just the rest of the panel as well in general, then memberships are all in full flow. There's emojis that you can, if you check your keyboards, there's little emojis for like football teams except Spurs at the moment. They'll be on the unlock. If we get 10 silver members, we've got like 6 left. We get to unlock another 10. We got Deji emojis coming out. We got Deji emojis coming out. We got Cass emojis, Daps emojis, and obviously Monts emojis. It's fun. Trust me, what I'm getting designed is funny as shit.
I'm looking at the coffee, yeah. I ain't seen George buying no coffee. Where's his name?
Someone. His name's someone on it.
Yeah. When you buy him a coffee?
Because he lives. Because he lives, innit? It's because he lives right now out here, yeah? I can barely buy a coffee myself. Show some support, man, them.
Yeah. No, but regardless of that, if anyone wants to do that, that's just a super chat. That helps us beyond the YouTube. It don't take like 50% of your money in it. So I'll tell you about it, George, as well. Get your stuff set up. And D as well. Both of you. Trust me, it works. But people can still send like a super chat, basically, but you don't get finesse.
No, I don't put memberships on yesterday.
No, not memberships. It's completely different. It's like a super chat. You can do a member of that, but I'm talking about memberships are calm. But yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, you know more about that than me, to be fair.
But yeah, if anyone wants to do so, join the silver memberships. You know, we're gonna do more beyond that. On the gold tiers as well, there's gonna be what's it again? I'm gonna start running little live streams just for members, like here and there, like like a normal chat. Don't care if there's 10 people or 20 people or 50. You know, me and Daps is gonna be there. We're just gonna vibe with the members. Simple as that. If it's 5 people, I don't care. So we're gonna run up those as well. So it's just a little gimmick there. If you go on community, you can find the tab, all of that good stuff. But regardless of all that, Chelsea tonight, back to back.
I didn't even know that.
Is it losses? It's crazy. Hey, you got Sackico, Spurs versus Man United, and Liverpool. Are they under threat a little bit? You know, we'll see what Arsenal's minerals are about against Leicester. Hey, bro, it's all kicking off this weekend, and Wolfie might lose to Fulham, the best one, and Wolfie Koglu in the bin, hopefully, innit? But what are you man saying? Regardless,
Chelsea are away from home, innit?
Yeah, again, you know.
No, they're at home, no.
No, they're away. Got Brighton away. A nasty game, man.
Yeah, I can't have Chelsea. I don't know. I don't know who. Like, I don't know who's playing up front for them.
They're still fourth. They're still fourth though.
Yeah, Chelsea aren't. They are, but they're just slipping.
Yeah, but they're still fourth.
But I am with you, man. It's gonna be a tough one.
I don't forget Newcastle got Man City as well, so it's like at least them two are playing each other.
The thing is, though, if we are being a bit realistic, I don't think they're going to lose to Brighton twice in a row. It's just not going to happen, man. Let's be honest here. Brighton just aren't that good. They've shown this season that they're one of the most inconsistent teams, even though they're in a decent position. But I don't see them winning. Not twice in a row against Chelsea, man. Cole Palmer's probably going to get a goal, and I think they share it. I think they share it both ways.
That gap is basically closed now as well. So they haven't really got that many opportunities to drop points. So yeah, look, Chelsea this season, it kind of reminds me of not exactly, but Leicester last season under Maresca as well. Like the start of the season, all great, and then as the season goes on, things get found out. and here you are. And I think Chelsea fans are noticing that as well. And also for Chelsea, he keeps talking them down about expectations. I don't know how Chelsea fans.
I don't like that stuff as well. I agree. Did you see?
Yeah.
I'll bring the comments up one sec afterwards.
Yeah,
but
you keep talking it down, man. You keep talking it down, and to me, like it's like you're managing Chelsea Football Club. Like one thing about Chelsea is that the expectations are always there. Like they've sacked managers after winning stuff, and you're on here talking about it's like 2-3 years till we go and challenge for the title or the top 4. Something I don't know.
Yeah, we're not ready yet and stuff like that. We're not, because even when they were in a title race, he was saying they're not. And I understand that it works when like you're doing well and you're playing it down, but when you're not doing so well and you still play it down, I think it has the reverse effect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it impacts the players as well. Like
this is what,
if your manager at the top is basically saying, we're not going for this, we're not going for that, then as a player, you're going to look at it like, all right, if that's not our expectations, then you're not going to play at the same level that you can, because your manager doesn't believe in you. He's meant to be the leader. So yeah, man.
The maddest thing, he's a liar as well. We call Arteta a liar, but this guy's a liar. Yeah. In February, he said this year, but yesterday he says, I said since day one, Nkunku is not a 9. He's an attacking midfielder. We know very well he's not a number 9. But there's from before, literally, I'm gonna try and get up the date. September the 20th, to be correct. He said Maresca said that Nkunku was a 9. So he's a liar. The guy's a
what Maresca is I was saying this earlier, like the school of Arteta, and not Arteta, the school of Pep in general are just on mind games. When it comes to press conferences, the elite of elite wafflers, Ten Hag, Enzo Maresca, Mikel Arteta, they all just chat rubbish in press conferences, trying to throw you left, trying to throw you right. They don't actually say anything with any substance. And Nkunku was never a striker. He's never an attacking midfielder. He's just a utility player. If you look at his whole career, he's played like 7 different positions. If you look on Transfermarkt, literally, I remember when he was at PSG, he played central midfielder or right wing, or sometimes attacking midfield. At Leipzig was the only time when he actually played in the 9. And the only reason he played in the 9 is because in Bundesliga, they just put P&P guys up front. If you've got pace, they'll play you up top because you're always going to run in behind. At Chelsea, you can't do that. He's not good. I don't think he's a player that can play in the Premier League. Utility players don't thrive in this league. Unless he can actually do one thing really well, which I don't think Nkunku's good on the ball. I don't think he hasn't got great movement, and his finishing's not that great. So if you put him in the forward line, you don't get much from him. I don't think Nkunku's made to play Premier League football. I don't think he's ever going to perform here.
I think it depends on what the expectations are, I think that's what it comes down to, because obviously we know from a rival fan base, we know that the expectations are always to win the league from how they operate, innit? I feel like when Chelsea fans or Maresca is saying that they're not in the title challenge or they're not aiming for that, I can almost guarantee that the owners are thinking that we're not spending this type of money to not be challenging for the title. I know that for a fact. I can guarantee that Todd Bowley and those guys now are not thinking about we should be finishing top 4. That's how I see it. I feel like I don't think you spend that level of money and that type of erratic behavior to think that you should be competing for top 4. That doesn't work with me. So even if they finish top 4 and they do well when they finish top 4, I don't think Todd Bowley or anyone like that even believes that. That's how I see it.
But what they're doing is weird anyways, even with like the ownership in terms of bringing in players. It's like they're bringing in some players for the pure purpose to sell them on for more money. I hear it like it's a simple like business move, but I don't know, it's like off the field. It just feels like it's more about running the business rather than looking at on the field success. That's what it feels like at times. Like, how much profit can we get on this player and that player? And you know what? Sometimes it's going to backbite them. That mentality of trying to buy players for the pure sake of profit rather than on-field stuff. Because like João Felix, I don't know how much he's going to go for. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Of course,
they'll get their money back. They'll probably get their money back, to be fair, but a little bit less. More time. 44 million is a waste of money. I don't think AC Milan put up more than 35 for him.
And let me quickly respond to Fielder. He says, "Isn't that what Palace does? Palace don't do that. Palace bring in players to develop them, and then they sell them off for profit. Chelsea's bringing players. No. It's the 1/3 bottom. Isn't that what Palace does? Yeah. Palace bring in these. Look at Elise. We brought in Elise for £8 million and sold him for 45. We should have sold him for 80, but that's the release clause. Eze is another player which we brought in for cheap. Gehi, another one. So it's not like we're bringing in players for the sake of just selling them. We're bringing players to develop them and sell them. Whereas Chelsea's like they're bringing in players to try and get, I don't know, another like 15, 20 million pounds here and there based on 1 or 2 good performances. But why would Chelsea do the same thing as Palace anyways? Chelsea are a massive club.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, this is just disingenuous, Fielder. Like, yesterday we had Joey on. Right now we got Ches coming on. The day before we had Lewis on.
But normally Don comes on the Friday as well.
Talking about Friday. There's always
wait. Tuesday. Who came on Tuesday again? There's someone on a Tuesday panel.
I think he's talking about Fridays. He's talking about Fridays.
They are inconsistent on Fridays.
He said this yesterday. You think I don't remember this? He said this yesterday as well about we never have Chelsea reps. We always have Chelsea. The thing is, you're the game today, innit? Like, bro, the thing is, we're about 20 minutes late. Man said they're gonna show ain't showed. What do you want me to do about it? Stop crying, man. You lot stop being a little bitch, man. You lot jar me, bro. Honestly, man, you don't have my Chelsea rep on. I'll talk on your club. How about that? How do you like that?
That's because I know.
Anyways, crying, fam, all the time. Anyways, regardless of all of that, I'm talking on your club. He said, also this. The target with the club was to play in the Champions League in 2 years, not 1 year. Don't forget that in the last 2 years, Chelsea have never been in the top 4. We're in the right direction. We'll try our best to bring in the club where it belongs. So on that notice as well, I'm not even going to go off everything else that he said, is if he doesn't get top 4, then top 4, because I still think it's top 5. I think it's top 5. It's going to be top 5 this year, isn't it? Even if that's the case,
it's going to be top 5.
This is where I do look at it, because I already know about it. Would you keep him on and just continue, or because of those comments, what Chelsea want, is that sackable then?
Oh, what do you mean? What am I missing something?
So the club wants top 4 in it, and they said they ain't been top 4. They ain't hit Champions League ball yet, right? Mm-hmm. So beyond that, and this is for Chelsea fans in the comments as well, like the ones that are not rattled, like Sky and that are quite reserved and nice, and are patient, because I'm pretty sure Ches will just join in this conversation and lap onto it. He listens to it in the background, so it's not like he's misinformed. Is that a sackable offense considering what the club wants and how much they're trying to build a squad? They want Champions League football, of course. Of course they do.
At the bare minimum. But you have to remember, that even though they want Champions League at the bare minimum, I wouldn't say getting Champions League is a sackable offense.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't rate him as a manager at the moment, right? But I don't rate a lot of managers out there. That's a thing. But for me, with Maresca, it's like Chelsea. I think who said it earlier, by the way. I don't think he's the overall issue. Someone just said it. I still think it's their sporting directors, bro. Their direction that they're putting themselves in. They've got bare young ballers already.
He's done well though. I think like what it is.
I think so. The sporting directors be sacked, bro.
They change obviously as the season goes on, and people get carried away. But
I'm at heart of that. I'm happy to say I'm one of those for them. I was like, I'm loving what Chelsea are doing, and all of a sudden it's like, what's going on?
No, he's been good this season. They should be. What people get confused about is they are challenging for top 4. That is where they are. Everyone just assumed because they were close to the top at one point, that means they're challenging for the title. The same thing happened with Spurs last year when they were 10 games unbeaten at the beginning of the season. Everyone was like, they're going for the title. They weren't ready to go for the title. Chelsea are not ready to go for the title yet. But everyone gets carried away. They're in the top 4 race. The problem that they've got is Newcastle, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Man City, they're all around each other. So there's no guarantee that they're even going to get top 5. That's the issue that they've got. That's where I think the problem come in, whether or not they actually, if they don't get Champions League from where they were, then I don't know, man. That's a bad situation to be in.
I think the problem as well is Cole Palmer, apparently 3 years now without Champions League football. I didn't even realize. I genuinely didn't realize. And then if they don't get it next year as well, that'll be like 4 seasons, which is kind of mad. 4 seasons, and I doubt he leaves. What about problem? What?
You said Cole Palmer. What about him?
Yeah. Without Champions League football.
But he needs to know his role though, bro. You need to earn that.
He's not gonna. Cole Palmer won't look elsewhere at all. I feel like we have to be honest here. Cole Palmer's there for the long term, and he's there for the future. They'll give him.
Yeah, I know. But maybe he might get frustrated.
No. But see, like this, no other. Let's be real. Chelsea are gonna offer him money wise more than any other club will be able to compete for Cole Palmer. They will do that to keep him. He's that good of a player. They'll do whatever they can. And if we are being honest, if you do sack Enzo at the end for finishing 5th or 6th, then what is the?
It's a howler, man.
It's you can't sack a manager again for finishing in 5th or 6th. That's just the level of where the team is at. They need to learn to accept that and be like, okay, this team wasn't good enough. The players we brought wasn't good enough to get fourth, third, or second, just like they wasn't last season, and just sacking the manager, expecting the manager to get different results and better results every year is stupidness.
But I don't think you spend 115 on Caicedo and
that was a few seasons ago, though. No, we're talking about like Enzo.
It was a year and a half ago.
No, but we're talking about what Enzo's picked up. What Enzo's picked up.
But Enzo was 100 million as well.
No,
I mean Enzo Maresca. I mean what Enzo Maresca's picked up. What Enzo Maresca's picked up is he picked up this squad, and then like Chelsea fans have acknowledged most of the season, majority of the signings he got weren't his signings. They're just players thrown at him.
He's only got about two of his signings. You're right, George.
You have to look at it, and we need to be objective at times and be like, all right, if you get players thrown at you, and then you finish 5th or 6th, then it's like, okay, the players thrown at him just weren't good enough. They weren't.
No.
And you need to acknowledge that.
I think they are good enough, though. You're
giving them.
What's the premise of the conversation? What's the question?
So basically,
the squad ain't as good as you thought it was.
Yeah,
you're giving them too much leeway.
No, the actual question was: does Enzo deserve to get sacked if you man don't get?
You got the love in the chat, by the way. You got the man in the chat. Does he deserve to be sacked?
Yeah, no.
If he doesn't get Champions League football.
So the club's objective is to get obviously Champions League football. If they don't get Champions League football based off that expectation, are they going to be ruthless and say, you know what, you're not good enough for the job, chop and change? Does he deserve to get sacked, or do you continue and just say, you know what, let's build off of that?
Okay, cool. There's two POVs. Their POV or mine? Like the fans.
You can have both. You can do both, bro.
Cool. The board won't sack him if he wins, for example, Conference League and is respectable. Let's say we get 5th place and win the Conference League. They might go, you didn't meet objective, but at least you won a trophy and you've appeased the fans to a certain degree. The fans.
They must have bought your connection as well.
I thought that was me.
But yeah, I hear where it was going to go though.
I got the egg barley connection.
Good.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
Is he back? I hear your audio, but I don't see your camera.
Kanji, 8 to 10 weeks injury. Yuck.
Ooh.
8 to 10 weeks.
They didn't even say that.
Can you actually sack him when you know that the squad ain't there right now? Like, surely that should deflect.
I think to be fair. For him, I think he's got an okay structure, but the thing is, I don't think they give. You're right. They probably haven't given him the exact same the tools that is needed. Exactly.
Was that me, by the way? Or was that you lot? Was that all of us?
It was you.
I
was just going to go on, Ches. Go on, Ches.
Was it all of us at the same time?
You know when the stream like lags out.
Was it all of us?
Yeah, you're right.
You stream like if you do streams, you know it.
Not everyone's on hotspot. It's calm, Ches, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think the board, it depends, innit? Because Poch got sacked not because we didn't just finish top 4. He also lost in semi-final and the final. He also called out the board for they're doing their rubbish, basically. That's why he got sacked. It wasn't just one reason, innit? It was like many reasons. So if Maresca does the right thing in terms of pushes us to top 4, misses out slightly, and wins a Conference League, they might look at it and go, we missed our target, but cool, we'll bounce back next season. But as the fans, most fans want him gone. Because most fans, it's top 4 minimum, no matter what context. Because most of the
CB's crash out.
But CB represents most of the fan base. Kaz, I don't know if you did it earlier. He represents most of the fan base. Most of the fan base, they're not looking at like the season going, they're not really hearing much excuses. The only thing I disagree with is when people read his comments word for word, they're not reading between the lines.
Can I say what he said though? Can I say what he said?
Kaz, it's very easy what he's saying. People don't really like. I'm trying to disrespect people's intelligence, but
read what he said.
The lines. It's very easy what he's trying to say in it.
But can I say what he said though? Innit?
Yeah, say what he said.
Yeah. He said this word for word, ban for. This loser manager who was hired to bring us top 4 this season once again is running away from any expectations and responsibility. Lorenzo Tejada Regen, the guy from Power.
Who said that? Who said this?
CB. He said he's the. I don't know if you've met him yet. He's the face of the project where we spent 1.5 billion, but for some reason we can't compete for the next 5 to 10 years, according to Vin Diesel here. The directors told us it was a 4-window plan until we can compete. The 4th window came. You went to struggle to get Osman. We struggled to get Elise. Got into bed with Jorge Mendes and done dodgy PSR deals for Amari Kellerman. 5th window has gone by, didn't address any of the squad's issues again, and now our only striker is out until April. Then we have criminals like Greasy Don, as in Don, who call this ownership Roman on steroids, who has gassed every move this ownership has made with positivity and Wisecout, and he's the only criminal who's enabled this mess.
Wait,
Make Chelsea great again.
Are you talking about the brother with the long hair, the locks?
Yeah.
Wait, man
Ain't
called
that
out.
the same
Son,
dude that
that's
was crying
killing
on saying he had his Chelsea back though? Ain't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
mad?
yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah,
crying
yeah,
about
yeah.
saying I got my Chelsea back.
He was crying
100%.
saying you got when is that him?
This
It's
is
not
why I
him,
said
innit?
to people,
Yeah,
it was the same energy.
And this is what
You
Ches
can't say that.
this
You
is what
can't
Ches
say
responded.
that then after he was crying.
Oh,
on
you
screen.
talking about the group chat, Kaz?
Yeah. Ches responded.
Oh
These
my, I thought you were
convos
talking
are
about Twitter.
Ches therefore responded. These convos are tiresome and laborious. Facts are ownership needs to fix up and add experience where necessary. Yes, the manager can do more, and he's dealing with the cards he has. I still expect a certain level from Enzo Maresca, but this ownership, if they do stay, need to adjust certain strategies if they want to succeed. And I don't think we're far off, but we will be if they continue with what's happening. That's what Ches
Which
said.
is
So
a
what
fact.
was the reason when he said we got our Chelsea back? What was his reasoning behind that?
Because
No,
he
he
was
was
second in the league and 3 points
basically-
behind Liverpool. That's why.
He AD, just for context, he was basically on last season the same thing he was on now with Poch. So he hasn't changed his energy. He's basically saying, I want Chelsea to be competing, done all this top four nonsense.
But he said I got
No.
Chelsea back. He said he got Chelsea
Well,
back.
I'll explain what he means because we're talking it. What he basically means is he was happy with the standard we were at when we were second in the league. He wanted to stay there. So now it's dropped. Now he's got a bit of a bee in his bonnet.
Well, obviously that's the same as anyone. Everyone's happy with it.
100%. Which is why the fan base is all literally. I said to them on my stream, people were laughing. I was like, bro, where was all this energy a month ago? Then people said to me,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Ches, we didn't lose games then. But like, whether we're losing
You're
games
just
or
saying
not,
what anyone would say about their club.
exactly.
When I'm top, I'm happy. When I'm not top, I'm not.
When
happy.
you're not top, you're not happy. When you're top, you're happy. Well, it's kind of obvious. It's like when you're winning, you're
That's
you're
what I'm
happy.
saying. But what I'm saying is he was saying you got your Chelsea back. So then at one point he believed in Maresca, innit? That's the point I'm making.
You have to talk out with him. I don't know, innit? I don't.
No,
speak
you're
for
talking for him. I didn't ask you to talk for him.
You know what he deserves, though?
Yeah.
You know what he deserves, though? One thing I look at Maresca and say, I don't really rate some of his I don't like wide wing play. I don't think it suits what players Chelsea have got at the moment. But one thing he does deserve, at least minimum, like I think like most teams, is a good enough striker and a decent keeper. At least minimum, innit? Minimum. And then see what he can do.
Most Chelsea fans were happy with
let's
Nico
be
Jackson, though.
Yeah, no, I hear
They
it.
were.
Hear us out.
Exactly.
I feel like
A lot of Chelsea fans weren't saying this. We weren't happy. We weren't aghast. We were happy he was scoring goals.
No, some.
Bro,
some
I
more.
remember hearing.
Don't say that Palmer and
Do
Jackson.
you remember
were the
in
best duo.
November, Nico
Behind
Jackson was the most improved player in the
Arnold
Premier League,
Bruno.
apparently. The most improved player and the most informed striker.
at that point,
in December.
Yeah,
but
but
at that point, I can still be
at
valid.
that point, if they're
So for the
going
first 3 months of the season, they were happy, and now you're saying, "Oh no, we wasn't." No, you was happy with him. They very much.
no,
happy.
don't
They
speak
said-
today, bro. Don't speak for me.
The Arsenal fans have
No,
never
I
been
didn't
happy
say
with
you, I
Havertz,
said
innit?
Chelsea fans. I didn't. I'm not speaking for you in particular, but they was
Yeah,
happy. And you
100%.
know that, Ches. You know
But to
that.
be
You
fair,
might not
George,
agree
was
with
we
them.
not upset when Oshman didn't sign though?
No, they
No,
wasn't.
I don't
upset
think
like
so.
that. No,
Many
he wasn't.
people
I
started
don't know,
doing.
man.
They started doing calculators. Oh no, the wages.
Bro, listen, yeah,
Oh,
Liverpool fans, yeah, they don't like Nunes whether he scores or not. Arsenal fans don't like Havertz whether he scores or not.
Nah,
you
that's
look what
cap.
comparing. You look what
No,
comparing.
Arsenal fans.
There are-
Don't do
no,
that.
there-
Man, I'm crying
There are
about
Liverpool
Havertz.
fans that rate
Don't do
Nunes
that.
and there are Arsenal fans that
Yeah,
rate
but-
Havertz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but overall,
that's disingenuous, bro. Let's not do
but
that.
overall, we all as a whole as a fan base, Arsenal fans will tell you overall Havertz is not the guy to take us to the league. Liverpool fans will tell you Nunes is not overall. Chelsea fans overall at one point we're not saying Jackson wasn't good enough to challenge for the league. They weren't saying they need a new striker.
You
They
know
were
what
saying
it is,
Cole,
yeah, this
they were
conversation
saying Cole
kind of-
Palmer and Jackson is the best.
I remember a lot of them
best
saying
attacking
that.
duo in the league.
Yeah, you know
I
what it is,
do
this conversation's
remember a lot
kind
of
of
them
mad.
saying
Because
they
One
basically,
sec.
we're saying
Jackson.
By the way, Monster's ill, so you won't be able to hear him too much in it. So
Do you not
man,
remember? Do you not remember the Palmer Jackson duo?
no, I
best
want to respond
duo
to your
and
point, D, after. We let one speak in it.
No, I said I do remember a lot of Chelsea fans did want a striker. Some wanted like a top tier striker. Some wanted a striker just to kind of push Jackson because they not a lot of.
Yeah.
It's because of the whole Nkunku thing. A lot of Chelsea fans were like, "Nkunku's not a striker. What we doing here?" And that you guys not really, you know what I'm saying? He's
At the
not
time, he wasn't
ready in
playing,
it.
innit?
So
no one knew.
yeah, that's what I remember in it. I think a lot of Chelsea fans wanted a striker still.
I think
Yeah,
the
but
biggest.
it's-
Nah, I
Kaz,
don't
can I respond to what
remember
he
that,
said?
man. I don't
He's
remember
basically saying, like, you know, in the moment of a season, when things change, you change how you feel about your team. For example, Crystal Palace, D will tell you, when they didn't win in 8 games, he was probably saying a lot of negative stuff. Now they're in the league, he's a lot more positive about his team, right? So
Yeah.
at that time, if you say Chelsea have the best attack in the league, Jackson's improving, they're the best duo. That's not wrong to say. In hindsight, now it looks silly, right?
See, this is what I'm saying.
So football's a fickle sport.
Yeah,
For
but I was on
example,
the
if
street- I was
Liverpool,
on the
one
street-
set, one set. Let me give you an example.
No, but the question I'm making is,
I need to finish with my point, and you can understand what I'm saying. Why I say this to say this, yeah. If Liverpool was to lose the next 4 games and still win the league, no one's going to be like, oh yeah, but although they're still going to rate them for what they've done back when they got the points to be in the position they are in now. You know what I'm saying? But you'll still change your opinion slightly on certain players. It's like, yeah, even though you won the league, Salah dropped off a bit or VVD dropped off a bit. You can still say that. 2 things can be true, innit? So I don't really get this whole thing of, oh yeah, but in December you said Jackson was this, yeah, because he was actually good at that point. And by the way, for context,
Jackson was the best striker.
He was.
There we go then. So why
He was moving
why-
cracked. He was good. He was good, man.
Yeah, why are we doing this? That's
At
disingenuous.
the same time,
Go on, Jules.
Go on, George.
No, the point I'm making is last week I was chatting to Don last week on the Friday stream, and he said at one point Jackson's stats were better than Salah's. This is the narrative that he said to me, and I didn't come up with these stats. So when you're saying that Liverpool, that Chelsea fans do want a new striker, yeah, of course they say they want a new striker. But I remember at a certain point that they were thinking that Palmer was the best player in the world, that Madueke was one of the best players, right wingers in the league, because he was a 1v1 demon apparently. I remember them saying that Sancho's got his form back, that Declan Rice and all those players wouldn't get into, like Gravenberch and Rice and Partey have been at a certain level, they're consistent. I remember Chelsea fans saying that Caicedo and Lavia are the best, and Palmer's the best.
Caicedo will still be one of the best. He has.
I know, but I'm saying, if you was to say that to where to improve in your team, many Chelsea fans wouldn't have said there's much to improve on. But now they're coming back saying, oh yeah, because we've dropped off, now we can change our mind because we've dropped off.
I think the problem here, yeah, is D. No, not D. I mean, it's Don.
Yeah, he's a problem.
I think it's Don, because Don also said about Jackson and Palmer being the best duo outside of Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne and stuff like this. Like
at that point,
generalized Chelsea, like subconsciously, like it's in the back of our heads that, oh, a Chelsea fan has said this, so Chelsea fans think.
No, but this is what you don't get. See, does Don not have his minions? Don has his minions that always floating around.
He does, but they're not
they're like, no, Don's right. Don,
yeah, but
Don's
at
coming
that point, at that point, he's correct though.
Like, no, but it's not, because this is what I mean. This is what people think in hyperbole, and they go, oh, at the moment, you're right. But okay, we all know that Jackson's not good, and across the season, he's not consistent. We know that if you look at his across a full year last year, he will have a couple good games and then he falls off. It's just like when Chelsea fans sit there, or Don, for example, will sit there every week, and Ches, you can vouch, every week he goes, oh man, if only they scored these chances. We had loads of chances, man. Oh, we have loads of chances. They miss chances all the fucking time because they're not good finishers. And that's the point. Is when you look at it like that, players run in form.
No, it's not Ches. Ches ain't subscribed to that still.
No. I'm saying
it's not Ches.
I'm talking about Aaron, innit? It's not Ches. It's not Ches.
Oh no, I'm saying George.
Yeah, allow it. Don't beat me with everyone, man.
When it comes to the Tottenham, like for months, you've been saying a bunch of nonsense about and you got injuries and stuff like that, and we feed into your delusions.
I haven't mentioned injuries
like that. Like, you know, you're like Don. You're mad about Don, but this is why I'm mad at you.
I'm nothing like Don. I'm nothing like Don, because I don't sit there and complain about, Son missed the chance. Like, yeah, Son missed the chance. He's old and finished.
You're very delusional about your team as well.
Wait, George, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm not sure about that?
Are you sure about that? You haven't complained about missed chances and stuff like that. Are you sure?
I don't complain about, Son missed the chance.
I appreciate the love.
I don't ever do, if only Son scored this chance, we would have won. No, he doesn't score chances because he's at 32 years of age and he's nearly finished. That's where it is. But again, I will maintain that a finished Son is better than most of you man's attackers, barring Monses. Most of you man, Chelsea, Palace, Man United, and Arsenal don't have many attackers.
Who's a better?
We're gonna keep it a whole real.
Who's a better?
Keep it a whole buck.
Who's a better?
The bar is very low.
Eze,
Son's not good. So
yeah, who's a better?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, he's not.
Hey, George, this is a dead conversation. Even if you're right, George, who cares? He's mid, so who cares?
Yeah, and you're fighting relegation.
Eze with 2 goals this season is going to compare
George,
to my
who cares?
Eze's got more.
You're sitting 14th.
It doesn't matter.
I don't really care in it.
I didn't bring up Tottenham. How about that? Who cares? I didn't bring up Tottenham.
George, my point is,
clearly other people care. Clearly, other people care.
If Ange loses against Man United, just quickly because I'm gonna have to go.
That will stink.
Then what happens? Because you've been backing this manager.
George,
like
you can't lose to Man U.
Wait, where is it?
So
Where is
if
it?
you lose against Man United, which I'm telling
they're
you right
in gas.
now,
They're in
the
gas.
respect has is very hard to lose against Man United. Like that's what I've noticed. It's very hard.
You can't lose, man. You can't.
So if you
We
do
scored
lose
3
against Man
goals.
United,
It's very
It's
possible.
funny because I'm the only team that's beaten Manchester United twice this season. Don't talk to me about beating Manchester United. I've scored 7 goals against Manchester United. No one here on the panel has done that. Don't talk to me
And where's that
about
got you,
beating
George?
Manchester.
George,
It's just
where's that
like
got
when
you?
you guys try and
Hello,
sit here and talk to me about beating Man City.
Hey,
You
Kaz,
can't
hey,
do
D,
it because I've done
where's
it.
that got Spurs?
Manchester United.
Where's that got Spurs?
Manchester. Let me finish. Manchester
Oh,
United.
we beat Man City 5-1.
Why is it not his head? I just asked a question.
Okay, and we beat them 4-0. They didn't score a goal against us, D. We beat them
George,
twice.
what's that got you in the
What do
league?
do
What's
here?
that
Again,
achieved during the season,
I've
G?
gone to Manchester. Bro,
We had
I feel
10
like
men.
this hasn't been recognized enough. Manchester now waves white flags.
Who cares? Who cares, bro?
Yeah? So let's get him straight.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you
No
want to
one
do it,
gives a
Alright,
toss.
let's get one thing straight. Yeah, the second half we had 10 men. You was always gonna slap us. Yeah, you was on
Advantages, man,
fire.
come
You
on.
was on fire and
Do
form,
that.
man. And now
So-
you don't have no Lanky to do up hat tricks and no. And I don't think another corner's going in back post. So on that notice, it's gonna be a good game.
We
You
were 3-0 up by the time then. What are you doing?
and
we
you
went
nearly
3-0
bottled,
up
and
that game.
you nearly bottled it.
No, we didn't nearly bottle
you
it.
nearly
Our
bottled
keeper
it.
gave
Yes,
our
you
did.
keeper
I can't lie.
gave you
We
2
have to
goals.
give
There was no
respect.
bottle.
You have to give respect where it's due. That's the medal for the season. Well done. You beat Man United twice, innit? Because you ain't winning no other trophies. If that's what you're talking about winning something this year. But anyways, forget about that. I want to go back to the topic because you want to deflect. I know how you are, Jules. I've been here every Friday with you.
You're the one that's bringing up these games.
if
I'm
Ange
answering your question,
loses-
by the way. I'm going
if
back to
Ange-
you, whatever you say.
If Ange loses against Man
don't care.
United,
As Chez says, I don't care.
what
don't
happens?
care.
What do you think should be happening? Does
No,
he go?
George already
You
said
know
he
what
wants
I think?
Ange.
You know
He
what
wants
I
Ange
think?
out now. He
You
wants
know what's
Ange out
funny?
now.
D, you was in my chat.
yeah, I saw the tweet.
You was
I
in
saw
my
the
chat
tweet.
on Sunday and Monday. So what are you doing here? You know what I
He
think.
wants
Don't lie,
Ange
you
out
know
now.
what?
He wants Ange
You was
out
in
now.
my chat waffling for ages. So stop
What do you
this
think?
foolishness.
In
know
the
exactly
words
what I
random,
think.
yeah?
in the words
And
of
plus,
Ches.
I was on this show on Monday. Everyone in the chat knows what I think.
Hey,
It is
Kaz,
what it
hey,
is.
hey,
I have
hey,
my Monday. I have
In
my
the words of
Okay,
Ches.
so can we get an
touchy subject
apology?
for some.
This is
Can
a
we get an
touchy
apology?
subject for some, bro. It's a very
Touchy
emotional
subject for some.
subject for
That's-
some.
that's-
So George, can we get an
I mean, that's
apology?
my line, bro.
Nah, I'm just.
We have to
not
listen
like
to you
Ches. I ain't gonna
for
sit
months
there and do that.
waffling
I'm
on
too
about
cool.
injuries.
Too cool. Your hotspot Wi-Fi, bro. Calm down. But back to it. Ange probably will get sacked. Again, this game is gutter gang. That's what I'll call this game. It's gutter gang, bro. Like us man are down here scrapping it out, rats and mices. We're down here, like it is what it is. Do I think that this result means anything for my season?
But you're not
No.
playing at Old
It's
Trafford.
all about bragging rights. You said that way, right? All this result does for me is I'll come on Monday and I'm gonna tell Cass you're not allowed to speak. Cass will be silent all on Monday if I win against 3 wins against you. You are not allowed to speak when I come on Monday. You will speak when spoken to. That's
George,
exactly
I'm not gonna
what
lie.
happened.
People, they don't even want to. You know what I saw against Villa, yeah, really, and I know it's Villa, but I saw there's a different energy about your team. You know when the team's really trying to down tool as much as they can, but Villa were like, nah, I'm just gonna blaze at the keeper instead just to keep it afloat. That's what I saw. I don't think you man are really.
On Sunday.
On a real, I don't think your players are playing for Ange. Jed Spence is probably more playing for himself in his career. And I think that's a big fact, regardless if United are trash or not and away from home. These men are not for you at the moment. I saw Bentancur walking. When I start seeing players walking as well, more than that, and their body language when they can see the goal, I saw man do this. Bentancur went like this when he conceded, like whatever.
He's taking the piss.
You know what I've just realized? I'm looking at the league
Crazy.
table. You better hope that we beat Everton because, of course, you're not competing with us this season. We're finishing above.
We
you,
got
innit?
them next week as
Everton's
well.
level on points. Everton's
Where we got
level
them?
on points.
It's at your gaff, innit? It's got to be at
D.
your gaff.
Yeah. And you got West
D, I
Ham,
don't think you
West Ham.
realize. You see me,
You
yeah.
got down to 16.
You see me, D. I have standards for my club. Anything below,
Standards?
yeah. If anything below 6th, 7th, I don't
That's
give
standards.
a fuck. Because
Hold on.
between 8th and 20th, it's the same. It's shit. So
not
you
the
think
same,
I care
though.
about
I
being
didn't
in
get
the
given that
But you
same.
wanted
I
your
didn't do
manager.
that. I didn't
You
get
wanted
given
your
that.
manager.
no, you guys can talk about what you think. I'm
But
telling
game
you what I
relegate.
think.
That's 20th is relegation.
I'm telling you what I think.
20th is
Yeah.
relegation.
My point is, anything below 8th is a terrible season for me. So when
17th is well, that's
That's
relegation.
below 8.
That's
I'm
different to
telling
8th.
you,
8th and 20th is not the same.
because 8th right now is where Tottenham would be. Like that's our team's not good
But
enough. to
6th
be
and
top
7th is
four.
not standards though, bro.
Oh,
But we're not good enough. Our
If
team's
you had
not good
injuries,
enough
you
to
don't
be
think you
top
would be
four.
that
Do you
same
mean
place?
do you mean the season?
Do you know what's funny?
I think Spurs could be that 6th.
I'll get my clip back in November when we had all the players. I said Tottenham won't get top 4. Back in November, I said we won't get top 4. At best, we could get 6.
I said we get top 3.
So I know my club. I
I
know where the
remember
level
all
is. And even with our best team, we was never going to get top 4. The level was between 6th, 7th, and 8th if we were lucky. We're not even there. If we're
Bro,
if we're lucky now, we might get 12th.
Your
But that's
standards
terrible.
are
you
art.
know
Your
what I say
standards
to
are
that?
art.
Yeah, if your team was say 9th, yeah,
Bro, I look like Princess Padme with this.
so
one, bro.
you wouldn't be calling for Ange to get sacked right now. Being 15th
would.
and 16th, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but it depends on that. If we were 9th from 4 points off 5th, then no. But if
That's
we were
the point
9th,
I'm making.
but the point is we're like
You're
16
saying anything below 8th is the same thing, but it's not.
No, but
That's the
actually,
reason why.
if
That's the
you
reason why
look,
there are numbers on the board.
8th and 5th are like 5 points between each other right now.
That's the point I'm making.
But my point is anything below that right now, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th.
You know what? I said
not
that.
the same
I
thing.
said
It's not the
that.
same
Yeah,
thing.
I said that. Yeah.
I'm
but
talking
now,
about my standards, D. You're talking about in general. I don't
I'll
care
say that
about
now.
in general.
I'll
I'm
say-
talking about my
okay,
standards.
I need to go in it. I need to go.
Yeah. Go
I
on.
need to go.
If you want to say something, I need to get Blaze. Obviously, sent a couple supers as well. But
Okay.
no, but go on.
Yeah.
Run what you need to run, innit? No,
Yeah,
go on. Run what you need to run. It ain't about you, so don't worry about that.
Okay, cool. Hey, George, you know when you talk about standards and you're talking about like you want to finish 8th and above, what are
Didn't
those
say I
standards?
want
That
to.
reminds me of
I
like
didn't say I want
Bournemouth.
to. D,
That's our
no.
target as
I'm
well.
not gonna
That's
let you
like
speak when you don't
Bournemouth,
quote me
Fulham,
correctly. You don't
Palace.
quote me
Like, that's
correctly. You're not
our target.
gonna. I'll waffle
Yeah,
until you don't
yeah.
speak. You're the one there.
How about you act
You're
like
gonna
a
say
big club
nothing
here and have
until I
standards
say
to
what
win
I say.
trophies?
If you quote me correctly, you're not gonna say nothing, and man, I'm not gonna hear nothing. How about that? D, quote me
No.
correctly.
Wait. How
Wait,
sure are you about that?
I mute him.
Wait.
I
Hold
mute
on,
him.
George. Is that
Mute
fair?
him. What type
Is
of?
that
Oh
fair?
wait, you're gonna do that? If you mute me,
Yeah,
I'll just
mute
leave
me.
this calm. We can
I
both do the
don't need to mute you. I don't need to mute you, but I can silence you.
I'll go do some
No.
work.
Let me
cool.
Let me ask him. Let me ask you a quick question.
Quote
yeah?
me
Let ask you
correctly,
a quick
for real.
question.
Man's moving like that when he says, "I'll just go to bed." Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm doing the Daps thing. I am.
I go say what you need to.
Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, all of these clubs have one common thing. Going into the season, they want to win something. Are you telling me, George?
Muted himself.
Tottenham, hold up. Tottenham as a top 6 club, right? Your standards are 8th and above. Is that your standards? Like you went into the season,
I love
you said
this
anything
rivalry.
below, anything 8th and above is fine.
Week, I actually rate it.
Is that your standard?
No,
Because if
D.
that's your standards, let me tell you another thing, yeah?
No, D.
You're
Honestly,
no
no,
different
D.
to Fulham,
You're hard of hearing, my bro. I'm gonna go on mute. You're hard of
because
hearing.
I want 8th finish. I want 8th finish as a Palace fan. So you're no different to us. So can we now agree that you're not a top 6 club? You're just like a mid-table,
Can I
basically.
speak?
Like
Can I
you're
speak?
flirting with the other, like the Palace and Bournemouth, because
Can I
we both
speak?
win trophies. We
Can I
both in the
speak?
same boat. Fulham,
Can I
Bournemouth,
speak?
Palace. We all
Done.
want to win trophies. Newcastle, we all want to win trophies.
Done
But you're
yet?
not part of the elite
Mad
lot.
click,
You're
man,
part of
that's
this lot.
nasty, bro.
Done yet?
You're right. Am I right in saying that?
You need to go, Jumma.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? Again, D. Give him a round of applause just for keeping the chat.
The chronicle. I need to make a chronicles just for you two. I'm gonna start clipping up from now, yeah. And then
I'm sure the chat is entertained by his waffle, but again, I think you're very hard of hearing, my bro. Comprehension issues all over the place. I said this season, anything below 8th, and from when I've evaluated it throughout the season, would be considered terrible. Anything below 8th is terrible. That's not. Wait. No, D. Let me finish, please.
Yeah, go on.
I didn't then say that 8th is a good season. You didn't listen.
Oh,
Palace. I didn't say 8th was a good season. My expectation is still 4th, whether I think the team is good enough or not. I expect top 4. Anything below that is look, 5th or 6th would have been acceptable. That would have been acceptable. I'd have been like, all right, cool, not too bad. Teams above us were better. 7th and 8th is still a bad season. It's a failure. It's not good enough for my club. 8th and below is an absolute dreadful season, and the manager needs to go. That's the point.
By the way, do you know what the difference is?
yeah.
There's a big difference now. By the way, do you need to dip?
Yeah, I need to dip. But quickly before I dip, shout out to Kendrick, shout out to Beyonce, shout out to everyone that's going to Tottenham Stadium, because that's the only success that they're seeing at the stadium this season. Love you, man.
That's crazy. But my thing is, the difference is now I'm looking at it's a respectable finish. There is a difference if you finish 15th, 16th, and 13th or whatever. It don't make a difference in terms of standards, like because it's all the same. But it's like the thing is the money that you get at the end of the year through Premier League, which is good for your cash flow and all that kind of stuff to do up what you need to do for transfers. You need to get at least a top 10 finish.
Tottenham don't though. Tottenham
You,
don't.
no,
This
you,
is-
you do because of
I
the
was getting on
PSR
the
stuff.
point.
It's true. It's true. It all adds up, bro. It all adds
But
up.
you just forget Tottenham. He just mentioned it. Commercially, we're sorted.
Yeah, but
Tottenham making money. You think
Yeah,
these
here-
concerts ain't making Tottenham 20
So
million
let me know,
total?
yeah. If you've
They're
lost out,
making
all right,
money, bro.
in Daniel Levy's mind, yeah, if he's lost out on an extra 10 million in one part that could be good for transfers, what do you think he's going to do for your transfers?
We're
bro?
making it up commercially. Why do you think the club is not? They've accepted that Tottenham are not getting top 4 in that, so they're
Think of it
pumping out as
think
many
of it
concerts
least-
as possible.
You-
They
we
have
know your
rugby
takes.
game. We have 2
We know
rugby
your
games at the
takes.
stadium. We have 2 NFL games at the stadium. We have about 6 concerts between the months of May and August. Tottenham are making up all this money
I know-
by doing all this other commercial stuff.
I know,
So we're
but
never going to be hurting
no,
our pocket.
I never
by
said
the
you're
league
going to be hurt like that. I'm talking about what I'm trying to get at is
PSR. Tottenham already don't spend nowhere near the PSR
yeah,
line.
but I'm
We're
saying
good.
in Daniel Levy mind, if he's missed out on a good 10 million from what he was expected, bro, that means he's cutting somewhere else. That means you're not
I
getting
hope-
what you want as much because that guy is tight. This is Daniel Levy's mind we're talking about.
That's
But
what they're
anyways,
for, innit?
but yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game between Spurs and United, regardless. I thought
Yeah, you didn't actually say any predictions, Cass.
I think we're gonna beat you 3-1, innit? I think we put 3 past you again because it's just the way you play and you know what it is? It's the way you let up a lot of the flank, innit? I think you
Don't say you
scored
put
through
3
the
past us again. You got gifted 2 goals. Stop being shameless.
allow it. What? And your goals weren't gifted,
You don't know what a gift is, clearly, because we literally handed it to you.
bro.
I know it's
anyway.
Valentine's Day. You should know what a gift is. Literally passed it right to you on the doorstep.
I feel like we end up getting you the sack, and you're gonna be thankful for us. Actually, you should be supporting United this weekend since you want your manager out. So
we helped you get Ten Hag sack. How about that?
West Ham did. Thanks for them.
Well,
Actually, no,
your own gaff would have definitely.
Who's
But
under
anyway-
more pressure if they lose? Ange or
no, Ange is on. I think Ange is. I think
Ange's under more pressure because
Amram's been given the season off regardless. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I think that's just the way it is, isn't it? Like even if he lost, it is what it is. Fan base is gonna get angry, probably start cussing Ineos again and all this shit. Whatever. Yeah. But with Ange, he's fighting for his career right now. He'll get a good another job. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like I don't know how you go beyond this if you lose against a dusty Man United. Do you get it? How do you get past that as a fan base, as a board? How do you look past that result in particular? You know, it can't get any worse than that, right? United are in a bad. To be fair, United's won 6 in the last 8, innit? But really enough, that equals FA Cups and Europa League, etc., etc. But away from home, we tend to do a little bit better. You play in a way which kind of favors us. It's just that I just don't think you've got the players. It's true, you don't think you've got the players to really do what you want to do as much as you think you will do. Like I don't think you've been in free scoring form.
back for this game.
I know you're gonna say that, but I don't think they start. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past United to have bozo moments at the same time. But it's just like what I saw for your squad against Villa, when they stopped just doing the pressing and the running alone, I just thought, yeah, this is
That's
done,
the
man.
thing, though. I think the biggest difference between this game and I suppose the games that we've played probably over the past month, we've actually had a rest between this game. This is the first game week where we haven't played a midweek game for like 6 weeks. Maybe
we've had like 9 days rest or some shit.
No, you guys have, but we have as well. We've had like a good rest. Players have had some days off. We've got players coming back, so fresh legs. And I think the biggest return is Vicario. Like, I think people don't realize how good of a shot stopper Vicario is. Like we've conceded a lot of goals.
Big up Kinky, man.
I think Kinky is shown time and time again.
He's a good 1v1. He's good 1v1.
He's 21 years of age. He was his backup goalkeeper. Like he was never brought in to be starter. So I've never got crazy about him. But at the same time, I think this game is going to be very different to the ones that we played recently, innit, against a lot of teams. Not saying that Spurs are back or anything like that, but I just don't expect it to be as chaotic and as open as before.
Yeah. By the way, people, make sure you keep smashing the like button. The like button's very important. So if you don't mind doing that, then that's amazing. Big up to everyone that has done so yet. Remember, everyone else has got channels as well that you can go subscribe to if you're interested. We're going to be live on Durag Diaries in about 25 minutes. I'm going to be live on Big Six Bands in about an hour and a half. You know, Ches goes live every day. Fam's on TV tonight. Trench Talks, if you know, you know.
They need to get to 1K as well, man. I feel like
man
need to go over there. 1K today. It's like 30 away.
We're on 181 likes. We could literally have. There's about 700 in the building, in and out, right? So there could at least be 300 likes, 115 away from that. think, or 120. Mons is ill when he's here, by the way. Have you not anyone noticed that Mons has been quiet? It's crazy. Fifth transfer window, okay, fair enough. But then I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear deflection from Amorim, who's also had his first window and done F all. We're counting too. Fair enough. And then it says Jules cooking Chelsea fans for gassing players. Only I know your Ange living ass ain't talking, bro. Only use age excuses when it's Bergwell, but not Noni.
Is Noni not 23 or 24? And he's played in PSV and all these big
24.
Leagues. He's like 23 at least. He left Tottenham Academy in 2017.
23 is not old though.
He's 22 years of age. He's turning.
Okay, but
22 is not old.
he's turning 23.
Oh, Bergwall just turned 18. What are we doing?
No, I'm not saying they're comparable in age, but 22 is still flipping young though.
He's young, but let's be serious. He's played 4 senior years, 4 years at the senior level.
That's a credit to his level though. That's not necessarily his fault.
Oh yeah, he came from Tottenham's Academy. He weren't good enough, so and we're saying that still. So
Oh, ask Mons if he still thinks he's slapping Galatasaray over 2 legs.
I think Galatasaray slapping United. I agree.
How about this?
I said I think Galatasaray. Oh no, this is between me and Flawless. I said if Man United play Galatasaray in the knockouts, then I think Galatasaray beating them over 2 legs.
Yeah, that's facts. Why is that debate?
Do you think Galatasaray going through?
They lost 4-1 to
lost
AZ.
them the other year.
They're not
They're
going through.
4-1.
We lost.
Wait, did they beat Spurs or Man United the other day?
They beat us
Cardiff.
3-2.
It was Spurs.
No, it was Man United. Group stage.
Osimhen
2 years ago.
That
Man
was
United.
yeah, but
That was last year.
Osimhen was
I remember
suspended.
we was all over them.
in
He
the
That
game.
was
messed
last
up.
year, innit?
Osimhen was suspended for the
No, I
game.
think
they lost against AZ.
2 years ago, Ches.
2
No, it
years
was
ago,
last-
Man United were in
No.
the Champions League.
No, did we have them in a
They
group stage? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they lost.
it was. Yeah, I
Yeah, I remember
remember.
that.
We
That's
bowled
right,
at the end. We were like
They
2-0
they drew one game and lost the other. It was
Yeah, they lost
drew
away.
one.
Yeah.
They lost away.
3-1 up.
10 tax. Paul Roberts, big up for becoming a silver
Yeah,
member.
worse than
by the
10
way.
now.
Anyone, yeah, but it was always going to be bad, anyways. We was already on that
Hey,
spiral.
has nibbled. You nibbled there.
Yeah. Anyways, big up for becoming a silver member. If anyone checks the pin, you can become a member. It's up to you. Just check out the benefits and more.
Zaha, yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't really force anyone to do so, but it's a big help. Trust me. Big up Wolves for the donation as well. They didn't want to say nothing, Wolves. You usually want to say something, you know. Big up to Blazers. How Jules doing most little broing to Palace on this panel. It's like the teenager trying to talk down to his teenage nephew because he's uncle. Like, uncle, man, shite.
What are you on about? These guys just love to talk, fam. Don't ever think that Crystal Palace is on my level. And clearly, you guys don't know football heritage, so do your research.
Yeah, it's Bergwell not like 19 as well. That's like a good 3-year difference.
Research.
A teenager, no?
Come on. Actually, no, I ain't on to him today. I allow you.
So wait, what's everyone's predictions for this United
You
game?
can't be like George. You can't be on to me.
No. Respectfully, don't stop.
Respectfully, if you want this,
Raise
this
your hands
whole-
if you drew against Everton away this season.
I'll beat them 4-0.
certain man are due to them at home, no?
I beat them 4-0 too. I'm just saying.
No. Just
So
saying.
what's everyone's predictions for the Spurs game?
3-2.
We didn't even say Chelsea either.
Oh, yeah, you know, hey Kaz, I was just about to say.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you draw
today, by
wait,
the way? I hope you know that.
wait, Ches, you drew against Everton as well.
I know, but I don't think everyone on this panel has. That's what I'm saying. George hasn't. I was making shots.
We drew them as well.
Yeah, George is the only team who hasn't. I was making shots.
Nah,
they didn't win.
I beat them 4-0.
Yeah, but George's team
I
lost.
beat them 4-0 too.
Everton. Oh, shut up, George. You lost.
And you lost.
I have
You
beat
lost.
them 4-0 this season though.
I saw you lost to them, like 3-2 the other day.
Yeah, last month by the start of the season, beat them 4-0. I'm just saying.
Fairs.
So
Anyway,
what's
Chelsea lose today, by the way. I'm
Chelsea-
calling it now. 2-1 Brighton.
Again?
Yep.
We're doing double predictions. What are you saying, D?
Yeah, I think Brighton. I'm not going to go against Brighton at home against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Chelsea lose 2-0 this time. I don't think it's
Yeah,
They're
I'm leaning on
they're too
Actually,
exposed.
they ain't got enough. They're too lethargic, that midfield, man.
I said it hasn't got enough it's not robust enough in my opinion.
You got one player in Castelo. I said the rest of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Even Palmer he's great on the ball, but he doesn't do enough.
I
Off
think
the
it's
ball.
I think it's Chelsea can win. You know, I think it'll be 2-1 Chelsea.
Why,
I just
George?
can't
Please,
see- I
please
just-
explain.
I can't see Chelsea losing twice to them in a week. I'll be real. I think from what I've seen of as much as good Brighton are good at home, yeah, at the Amex, and I think you guys are gonna have a bit too much in your attack today to beat them. That's what it is. I expect Cole Palmer to have a big game, man.
Maybe. What did you say for the Spurs game?
3-2 Spurs. 3-2
I'm
Spurs.
going 3-1 United. I think we do it.
3-1 United. Oh, can't. It's not.
Yeah.
Where is it? At Spurs ground.
Yeah. So it's if it was Man United, then I'll probably say we lose probably.
Wait, when's the last time Spurs won?
Any of the defenders back? Are the defenders back?
Just to give you a stat, Manchester United haven't beat Spurs in 5 games, but cool.
Are you
Did you win your
defenders
last
back?
home game? Did you win your last home game?
Nah,
The Spurs win their last home game.
Yeah.
in the cup, yeah. Away, no, it was a draw. It was 2-2.
Home at home, I don't even know.
Are your
when the last-
defenders back though? Are your defenders back?
Nah,
No, Romero and Mickey Van der Ven are way from
Tough
coming
one to call, I can't lie.
Oh,
Could be
yeah,
a draw,
what do you mean way away? What? How far? What? Ages away still?
back. Like Van der Ven's got re-injured. He just doesn't want to admit it, so he's not going to be back for another 3 weeks. Romero's another 3 weeks, and Solanke's 2 to 3 weeks as well. So they'll be end of month.
What's going on with
Are we
that?
going to speak on Liverpool as well?
yeah, I'm about to. Just about
cool.
to.
Oh yeah, my score prediction for this game will be 2-2. I think even itself out.
That's all right.
Are Liverpool under threat since this is the narrative all of a sudden since they drew right at the very end? You know, of Everton, Plymouth, whatever. Because I think they're keeping them up. I'm going to be honest, yeah. I know this is the narrative, but I don't get the narrative. I just feel like people not learned their lesson with Liverpool yet this season.
With what?
But then, like, obviously, it's like, oh, Liverpool are catchable, like all this kind of stuff. You know, Plymouth, then Everton, Wolves could be sticky, maybe. Then they've got yada yada yada. I'm just thinking, like, surely people are not serious, like, because they feel like they can be caught. Ask a gal. Ask the rest of the crew. Go online. Just look at it.
Why would Arsenal fans not think we can catch Liverpool when the gap's gone from 9 to 7? I don't understand.
Because of because of the players that you have available.
So what that means that we're not going to win the league then. So we should just stop.
I think it's a high probability that you won't due to the players you have available.
Yeah, of course we know there's a high probability, but the
Doesn't mean you
fact of
can't
the matter is-
believe, but
but the fact of the matter is, in all this time when there's been so much Liverpool talk and so much Arsenal talk, the gap's got smaller. That's what's happened.
Mons, you know more than me, but the
What?
gap's been roughly the same for a long time, no?
Wait, the gap's got smaller for what? Zen?
I know that. The gap was 9 points.
The gap's never been 9 points.
Yeah, but in your brain, you was thinking that the game in hand was an extra 3
No,
points.
I've always said points on the board. Points on the board. It's never
No,
been
no,
9
no.
points.
You might have said points on the ball, but I'm saying everyone else believed that Liverpool 9 points, 9 points.
That's also false because you got 1,000,005 in at Goodison Park. So
Yeah, but it's easy for you to say that now because you drew.
Actually, here's
No.
a better question. Can we ask the better question?
No,
Do you
no.
go on, Mons, go on.
no, I'm just saying that that's false because obviously there's probably Liverpool fans that thought we were going to win, but there's also another Liverpool fans who know that Everton away is a mad thing. We lost there last season. The last, in fact, when we've had there was 2022. We're in 2025.
Yeah, but for Arsenal fans, we feel like that, regardless of the scenario, that it feels like the gap's got smaller. The gap hasn't got
Feels
bigger.
like so the gap went from 6 to 7, but it feels like the gap went
This is what
smaller.
I'm saying. So now your game in hand. So when people say game in hand now, so your game in hand now, yeah, you didn't expect that to be a win.
No, I expect is crazy. Like I thought we should have won the game, but I knew it was like if we drew, I wouldn't be crazy surprised just because of we don't really win at
Recent
Goodison
results.
Park, innit? It's just one of them ones.
But D, this goes back to the simple point of like, even when the game in hand was announced, like people keep reminding, and I say Mons is even one that told people like it's points on the board that counts. You don't count games down. You don't be like, oh, we got 3 points income. Like that's stupidness.
Yeah, but
like,
that's
people
the.
do
But
things
every time I used to
so many
say,
years.
what I'm saying is, every time man used to say, yeah, we're 6 points behind, everyone would say to me, yeah, but they've got a game in hand.
Yeah,
That's
because
what people would say.
it's a fair to mention because now you're 7 points behind. But at the same time, it didn't mean that they was
Yeah.
going to get 3 points. Points on the
Yeah,
board.
but
is not
what?
matter.
So if it's points on the board, why mention the game in hand then?
Because, like you said, they've now got 7 points. So they did gain a point from that game, whether you like it or not. Whether it's 2
No,
points.
but-
dropped,
Yeah, but you're saying they gained.
it's
You're
still
saying they gained.
lead.
You're saying they gained the point from that game, but the narrative that is that they haven't gained points in that game, innit?
I get your point. The narrative is it's 2 points dropped, and I understand that. But if we are being mathematically correct and we're looking at it from an objective point, they gained a point, bro.
Exactly.
So
So
technically, they did extend their lead.
let's do the mathematically thing then. Let's do the mathematically thing. So now we're doing the mathematically thing. Why are Arsenal out of the league then if we're doing the mathematically thing?
No one said you're out of the league. You said you're out of
Yes,
the league.
we have. for the whole season, everyone's been saying.
It's because that's our opinion. Our opinion is that
I don't think
you're
you're out. I don't think you're out of it. I don't think you're out of it.
One second, Mons. Let me ask Mons. So, Mons, you think that Arsenal was still in the title race with Liverpool?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now you said
I've
clearly.
always thought that. That's never true.
No, you have. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Always thought that. No, you have not.
No, I'll be real. Mons has always said that. He said Liverpool's going to win it.
Oh my word,
bro! I can say Liverpool are going to win the league, and you can still be. Wait, hold on. You know, you can still be in the race, and I can still think we're going to win the league, right?
Listen, Ches, do you still think Arsenal in the title race?
Why would you not be in the title race? 6 points off or 7?
And Jules, do you think Arsenal's in the title race?
I just don't think you'll win it.
Technically, yes. But within my mindset, you're not winning the league. Like, just every year that you haven't won the league, I've said, you're just like, even when you were top and you were clear, Cash remembers, I was the guy telling people, Arsenal ain't winning this league. You crazy.
Hey, D, what's my favorite saying, bro? 2 things can be true.
2 things can be true, yeah, that's your
There
thing.
you go. So that's it.
Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal in the race, but technically they are. So if they go win it, prove me wrong.
Can we ask a better question?
I want you. How about this, D? Prove me wrong. That's the thing.
Listen, this is not about you, dude. This is not about you. I'm just trying to figure out where. I know he's ill, but the roots and all the
Brother, I'm sick.
all the
I am
runners,
Like,
all the dressing up.
No, but
Remember
he's
the-
right.
Remember they had funeral. Remember they went funeral jackets. All the
brother, I
funeral.
am
I
sick.
watched the stream a little while ago, about a few weeks ago, and they all came in black. They all started wearing ties. Remember, they all started their little things on.
That was
They all
Man
came in-
rattle you.
There's no more. There's no more. There's no
That was
more.
the Man. This killing.
There's
That
no
was
more
the Man
King of
City.
the Castles. There's
Wait,
no
did that
more
rattle you?
go and get my. No, I'm saying why is
still
there
remember?
That was how about this, George? That wasn't even for Arsenal.
No, I think he might be talking about the Saeed stream because I done it as well. That's what you might be.
No, but to be fair,
Well, I
George,
wasn't-
I'm not gonna lie. Monster's energy has changed a bit in the last week. It's just a little
Well,
bit.
can I finish what I'm
Bro.
saying?
Because
This is
he's
what I'm
ill.
saying. You look.
Because
No,
I'm-
but Kaz,
I'm
that Plymouth
sick.
loss and the
Bro,
Georgia
I'm-
days definitely made him think a few things.
Bro,
Wait,
definitely has.
That's what I'm saying. Can I just finish
That
what
ball
I'm
gene is
saying,
still there,
please?
man.
Small little
Like,
bit
you
of
lot
doubt,
watched the
innit?
game
a
before
little
Everton.
bit of doubt.
Finish what I'm saying. Can I
Man,
finish
go
what I'm
away,
saying?
go
I'm not
watch
doing
the
anything
game.
crazy.
Go watch the
I'm
preview.
not
Whatever.
spoken all stream. I'm not
Kizzy,
spoken
big
all
up.
stream. All I want to know,
As I said,
no, can I see? All I want to say is, Mons. See, this is directly to Mons. Do you feel the same as you feel now as you felt a month ago?
yes.
Are you feel okay? Well, I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at you now and say it doesn't feel the same. It looks
What-
different.
I'm not-
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Right.
I'm not finished.
That wants
You-
me to
you-
do a
I'm not
handstand.
finished.
on the
I'm just
palm.
saying, it felt to me, it feels like you just come a couple pegs down a little bit. Like your energy's just dropped a little bit. Now
Hey,
you're getting a bit
you
more
can see the
reasonable.
finish line, innit? You
Now
can
you're
see
getting a
the
bit
finish
more
line.
reasonable. Now you're getting a bit
Yeah.
more reasonable. Now he's having a bit more logic. You know what I mean? It's more logic and reason, a bit more discussion, a bit more conversation. Everything's a bit more reasonable now with Montel, isn't it?
Can we
Because
give
I
you
heard
some
from-
reason as well? Can I give you some reason and ask
Yeah.
an actual question that's reasonable? With this current attack that you have,
Yeah.
considering that Liverpool have got to play about 8 of the bottom 10 of the league, by the way, as well at home, and again, I'll say again, with your current attack that you've got available, do you really believe you can catch Liverpool
Facts.
Do I really believe? Of course, I believe we can catch Liverpool.
with that attack?
Bruv, this is what I'm saying. You
The
know,
whole first front line's out.
I believe we can catch Liverpool
On what basis? On what basis?
because in my head, I feel like we've still got we've got our whole structure still there. If we had, to me, I'd rather have it this way round and have the attack struggling more so than have it all our defense is all out and that. If our defense was all missing, Saliba's out, Gabriel's out, Timber's out, Rice and that, then I'll be like, oh yeah, we got.
But
to me, we got
all
no
right,
chance.
cool. Does
We've still
Sterling,
got-
Trossard,
wait.
and Wanyeri fill you with confidence?
Oh boy.
Well, if not, you have to do it game by game. The next game is Leicester. Do you think that front three is good enough to beat Leicester? away?
Leicester 100%, yeah.
All right, fine. Do you think that front three is good enough to beat West Ham at home?
Probably
necessarily.
not.
Not
Oh,
good enough
West
to beat
Ham.
Leicester at home.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
West Ham's
West Ham's
defense
an
is
easy
crap.
game.
Yeah, I don't like the defense. Yeah, I do believe that's the case. But if you're gonna ask about me when you come to Old Trafford, I'm saying, you know what? No, it's not.
Well, that front three is good enough to beat you at Old Trafford.
What do you mean? With that front three, your other front three couldn't even beat me at your own gaff.
Well, you couldn't get the ball.
What do you mean? You couldn't even
about?
you couldn't score.
No, wait, D. D, can I ask you a question then? Because if we're being absolutely objective and we're looking at Arsenal, your attack, even with your best players, hasn't looked amazing this season. Actually, with regards to the in-game, I'm not talking about the goals and stuff. I'm talking about in-game, the movement, the way that actually how fluid it is. It's not as fluid as it was last season or the season prior. Now that you're going to be missing some of the key pieces to that puzzle, obviously Saka's been out for a while, but then Martinelli, who for me, I don't think Martinelli's that good anyway. I think Trossard's maybe a better option than him anyway.
Martinelli's injured.
No, I know he's not there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you've got a trio of
missing,
hamstring
and then you're
injuries.
missing Jesus and you're missing Havertz. We know that in the build-up of your best team, the way that your attack plays, you usually play through Saka or Havertz in the middle when you do the long balls, and he helps with the aerial ability. When you're missing these two things, I'm looking at your players and thinking, how are they going to create?
He's been injured for 2 months.
Havertz.
We've only lost one game. Saka's been out for ages. We've only lost one game since he's been out.
You didn't listen to what I said. I hear
No, you said we normally play through Saka, and I'm saying to you,
I didn't say you normally play through Saka. I said in your best attack that you play through Saka or Havertz. So you have to go to options. Without either of those options in there, and you've now got players that are... Sterling doesn't play, bro. Sterling's shit. The best he's been is 10 minutes against Manchester United, and that was it. Apart from that, he's been absolutely dreadful all season. So now you're expecting him to start games and give you performances. And I'm thinking, what have you seen this season to think that's even possible?
Yeah,
why have you seen this season from
that, bro? It's calm. Just say you're not going to win the league. It's calm.
Answer the question. Stop deflecting. Answer the question. What have you seen from Sterling this season to make you think that he's going to give you enough?
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
I did, and I'm asking you a question back.
No, but your question you're asking me has got nothing to do with what I said. What I said was this. I said if we had it the other way, where we had our attack was there, but our defense and midfield wasn't there, that would be more of an issue.
That's not my point. That's not my point. What you did say.
Let me come with a different angle.
No, but wait. What you said was is our attack?
Why did you talk about attack?
Because you said is our attack good enough to beat West Ham, beat Manchester United and co? And I said no because what
I think it is. You think it's not?
What have you seen from Sterling to convince you that it is?
Oh, our attack's been crap all season.
That's the point, though.
Our whole attack has been crap all season.
Let me try. What he's saying is, let me come to me. Pause. Let me come from me. Pause. Yeah. What he's trying to say is, you had your best team at some point to the season, right? Start of the season, the main team, other than Odegaard. Then at some point you lost Saka, but he was the only one out. You still struggled. Now you've got all your best players who've actually scored goals. Havertz, Saka, and Martinelli, who's in better form this season, are all out right now. Who's scoring your goals?
You're wrong.
So you answer me. Who's scoring the goals?
Our whole team has been our whole attack has been terrible all season. You're
completely wrong. Who's scoring the goals?
Trossard hasn't scored hardly any goals. Havertz hasn't been that great. Saka's been out for ages.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So
our game is not based. All season, you lot have been saying our game is based on defense first. The reason why we can get through these games is because of how strong our defense and midfield is.
But you said, is our attack not good enough to beat these teams? So you didn't say that first. That's the point. I was referencing exactly what you said.
I think you're gonna find. You know what, D? Yeah, I don't think your defense is. You don't concede bare goals. I'll give that. Obviously, that's just anyone can work that one out. But I think you're gonna find maybe a lot more draws than you find wins in certain games that you would probably win. That's the way I look at it.
Look at this then. Look at this game.
I don't. But do you see Liverpool making mad draws and losses? Anfield, they got bare games at Anfield. They've lost there once, and I think they've drawn there once. Maybe they've not. Maybe even not.
Let me take you back.
Yeah, of course they do. But it's just
let's take it back to Everton.
I hope. By the way, I hope what you say comes to fruition. By the way, I do hope, but I just don't believe it.
You didn't believe it when we had our attack anyway.
All right, but let's take it back.
It's the same situation.
It's worse now.
Why can't we go back to answering questions that are being asked of us? Are you
winning? No one listens. That's the reason.
All right, are you winning? Take it back 2 months. Take it back 2 months. Yeah. When you go back to Everton and Fulham games, what was you had all the ball, by the way, or you literally had like 60-70% possession. You was in their half, but what happened? The attack wasn't good enough to get the game done because you guys weren't creating enough clear-cut opportunities. What I'm saying now is with these attackers, you're going to lack, for one, the movement up top and the fluidity and chemistry for that to even work and score goals. So you're going to have the same problems you had in those games. That's my point. Do you not think that that's a fair point to make?
It is, and it's the same thing.
All right, here's a question. And I was going to ask it. Someone actually said in the chat, and I was going to ask it anyway.
You didn't win those games.
Who do you think drops more points between now and the end of the season, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Who do I think drops more points?
Good question.
You heard my question the first time. You'd have to repeat it to give you time thinking time. It's cool.
No, but it's a question that you're asking me. Who do I think drops more? It depends on the. I have to look at the fixtures. I don't know.
You don't
You
know.
lot got a 7. You lot got a 7-point buffer in it. Your favourites, isn't it? You got your team there.
I didn't ask you about the gap. I didn't ask you about who's in the league.
He loves to ask
I
questions.
didn't ask you about the gap. I didn't ask you about the gap. I didn't ask you about the league. I just asked you, who
Fair
do you think drops more points
I'll have to
between now?
I'll have to look
the
at
end
the
of the league?
fixtures. I have to look at the fixtures.
Have a look at the fixtures. You can have a look now. We'll carry on talking. Have a look now. Have a look now. And once you had a look at the fixtures, come back
Hey,
to me
Mon,
with
you've
an
been
answer.
watching
I'm
too
sure-
much of mine and Hooker's content. Have you noticed that he's deflecting bears? He
Yeah,
didn't
bro.
answer the question once.
He's been taking notes from Hooks. I get. He's been streaming
Bro,
Hooks a lot.
hey, D,
Man.
he's been taking
Bears.
I'm
You lot
all-
want-
I'm
you lot
only
want me to
true,
say-
man.
You don't want me to say what you lot think. That's what it is.
No, I don't know. I don't care. I already know what I think. I know what I think. I'm asking about what you think.
Yeah.
You don't want me to say, oh, Arsenal not going to win.
No
the
one
league.
wants to
Why-
say anything. Just answer the question, bro.
Because if you didn't want me, if you wanted me to say what I was going to say, you would accept what I'm saying. But you're not.
Say it then.
Brother, say
I'm
you.
saying it. I said I will have to look at the fixtures. But you're telling
right
me
now, and
all right, I think Liverpool dropped more points.
Listen.
Liverpool.
I'll ask Ches a question. And while I ask Ches that question, you go and look at the fixtures.
No,
and
I
come
think
back to me
Liverpool
with
dropped
an
more
answer.
points. I think Liverpool dropped more points.
Okay,
Fair enough.
that's fine.
That's the
Hey,
answer.
Mon, just gonna ask me. I want to get involved.
Next question.
Oh.
Because I'm willing to
I
answer.
was just going to
questions.
ask Ches. Now that Jackson's out till April, do you see yourself finishing top 4?
I have to look at results. I have to look at the games.
He just took these.
We said, guys, and
That's anyways, man. People, make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe to everyone as well. If you want to support myself, Monts.
Good ending, Mons. It's good ending.
Yeah.
No. You're supposed to be hold on. You're supposed to be checking those fixtures. That's what you're supposed to be doing right
I
now.
don't know why you
I already
spun the
said
block on me,
Liverpool.
though.
I already said
Hey,
Liverpool.
Mon,
I'm
why
gonna
did you
drop
spin the
more
block on me? I was on your side. Why
Aye,
you spin
let
the
me-
block on me?
Yeah,
Bro, I just asked you the
You man
question.
are-
I'm not saying I still think
you
you're
man,
right, there.
bro.
So go
You,
on.
you threw me off. I didn't know you were gonna throw that at me. I can't lie. I was like, what?
Anyways, big up to some of our members like Paul Roberts, Silva, Mark Dennis, Ridwan, Dixon, Travrelli, Andrew, the most recent as well, Stephen, Jeff. Big up yourselves. Everyone's supporting. Chris Walker's been around for a long time as well. Rob Frank's been around for a few months, so big up yourself for that. Nick, not really about no more. Annie Mons has been the longest serving member, 27 months with Kivo's Footy Chats as well, man. So big up to all the members, Gerard as well. So if you want to become a member, do all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the people here. You can put them on your YouTube bars and just search it because I know you lot ain't got no description. Let's be real. This is gonna go over to George's channel with myself. Saeed's gonna be there and George Achillia. So yeah, man, run that up, man. Remember we got Fam Zone tonight and we've got Big Six Mats in an hour. So yeah, everyone go. Let's go over there. Anyways, on George and go raid it. Get into 1,000 subs in a bit.
Love my Jesus.